Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are new, my name is Nikki. I am currently raising a newborn in quarantine. So each time I get on here, or each time you click on one of my videos, it's basically just me talking about an experience that I dealt with while I was pregnant, or things that are occurring right now as I'm in quarantine raising a baby, how I felt about it, how I dealt with it, how I went through it. And so that's just me talking to you other moms out there that are currently pregnant or have already delivered, and trying to reach out to you, see if you guys have gone through the same things, have you felt the same things. So that's basically just what I'm doing today. It's not gonna be as long of a video. I just really want to talk about an ongoing topic. I don't think it could ever be talked about enough. It can't be covered in 1, 2, 15, 25 videos. But I do want to just say a little couple of things about mental health. Um, I'm not a doctor at all. I don't have any experience with working with mental health patients. I don't work in a hospital. I don't do any of that. But I am stuck in quarantine, raising a newborn. I'm a first-time mom. I have elderly parents. I have a mentally disabled brother. So I think I've got a pretty huge spectrum of different types of people that I'm currently helping take care of. My parents are great. They're just elderly. My mentally disabled brother is great. He just has, disabled functions. He has the mind of a 2.5 to 3 year old, and he's 41. My newborn daughter is great. She just is a newborn and cannot do much of anything for herself. Um, so while I am in quarantine and I'm helping be responsible for a multitude of different types of people, I want to talk to you guys about how I take care of myself. I will tell you, it has been a struggle. When I moved back in with my parents, I was, oh gosh, it was August. No, I didn't move in until September. It was about 2 weeks until I was due. So I was still helping with them, but I was really, really huge and physically not being able to do as much. So after I gave birth, that postpartum recovery was a lot. I did not realize how difficult C-section recovery was. I thought, it was going to be just a little blip in my road to raising my child, and I would be up and walking around and running around and up and downstairs. I'd be fine. I was very, very wrong. C-section recovery is very real, and I encourage those who have the luxury of being able to have that time to recover to take it. It is serious. Your body needs to recover. It is major surgery. Doctors are cutting through muscle and your abs and all of that stuff, and then you are in the process of, maybe for some of you, of releasing those hormones that you've been carrying around for 10 months, 9 months. So it's a lot of mental and physical kind of rebalancing act going on with your bodies. So you really just need to recover if you have the luxury. I know that a lot of people are out of work, and I don't mean to make light of that. I know that a lot of people are really having to choose between whether to stay home or whether to bring home a paycheck to put food on their table. And I don't take the fact that you guys have that unfortunate choice lightly. However, if you are in a position where, like I said, you do have the luxury to recover, I highly encourage the women out there just to take it, because like I said before, C-section surgery is it's a huge undertaking. And so with me and my parents, I was really able to have my parents around, have my sister and her husband around, and they helped out so much, and they encouraged me to really take care of myself and to take care of my physical and to take care of my mental. And that's honestly where it starts. It starts with taking care of yourself. the father of my child tells me all the time, you know, you can't be there for other people if you don't have anything to give. And now that I'm fully recovered, I believe, I have been, I think I've been fully recovered for about 3 weeks now, maybe close to a month. I really just want to talk about what I did. I walked. Now, I didn't walk outside, but I did start walking up and down steps. I walked around my house. I carried my baby. I bought one of those strap-on cloth. I'm doing a horrible job of explaining what it is, but you carry your child in it. And so I would start walking. That's what I would do. I have my room on the basement floor level. My parents live on the 3rd floor level. And so I'm constantly running up and down steps. Not running per se, but I would say I'm constantly going back and forth, up and down. If my parents need something, if my brother needs something, if I forgot something in the basement. So that gave me really good exercise. Doing little tasks for me, laundry, the dishes. For whatever reason, the dishes calm me down. So with 6 people in this household, somebody's always using the kitchen. And so the dishes was a good way for me to be in control of something, to focus, laser focus on something, to look at a task and look at a task completed once it was completed, once the kitchen was clean. Laundry, I don't particularly like laundry. However, it's not the worst thing in the world to, you know, put something in the washer, go back to it in a couple hours, put something in the dryer, go back to it, bring it out. It's very much routine. And for me, that's what helped me out. That's what helped get my mental start going, is the routine of things. And I don't know if that works for you moms out there. I don't know if you're like, this is just more work. This isn't really what I call taking care of me. And I completely understand that. I'm not at all trying to say what works for me is going to work for anybody else out there. But dishes and laundry and responsibility really just helped me kind of get back in the flow. My brother, who is mentally disabled, he can help, but he cannot, we don't put him in charge of anything with the microwave or the oven or anything like that. But fixing him breakfast requires, you know, somebody to get up and make him something. That was another responsibility. Now that I would say was more for him than for me, because he's just the center of my parents' eyes. And when the newborn baby came into the house, it was kind of like he felt like he lost his spot, which, you know, that's very, very normal. He's been everything my parents have been taking care of since we have all moved out. And so when I came back, I brought somebody else with me. And so I think he kind of felt a little jealous. So me getting ready and taking care of him in the morning, I think was a little bit more for him. He obviously reaped the benefits of it because he can't take care of himself. But I think that really did help him a lot. Another thing that I would encourage people, women out there, for their mental, take time to do one thing for yourself. And I know I just listed off laundry and dishes and how that helped me do something for myself, but you're running around, you're taking care of everybody. Sit down, read, come down to your room or go up to your room and shut the door. And again, this is a very special time in, you know, history. It's a very uneasy time. It's a very uncertain time. So if you have the ability to be able to do that, then I highly encourage you to. There's a lot of choices that women are having to make when it comes to their kids in school, when it comes to, you know, going to work, when it comes to what you're having to do to pay your bills. And sometimes I feel like when I get on here and I talk about something is sometimes trivial in perspective of as mental health, I sometimes have to take pause because you know, the women that are running around there who have multiple children, who are really having to decide whether or not they can send their kids to school. But if they don't, who's going to watch them? You know, but if somebody watches them, what's the chances of them bringing COVID into the house? And then if you have a newborn and your newborn catches it, or if you're in the midst of recovery of, you know, being pregnant and then you delivered and your body is down and your immune system is down because you're in the fight of your life of trying to, you know, come back and be right again for your family. I mean, it's just, these are choices that I don't sit here behind a camera and just assume everybody has. I think that's very naive, it's very arrogant, and it's very ignorant. And so when I talk to you guys about taking care of yourself, it's with empathy that I understand that some of you guys, that's not an option for you, especially during times like this. And so I commend you for still getting up and doing everything that you need to do, that your family needs you to do, that your kids need you to do. So, like I said, you can't talk about mental health enough. There aren't enough videos that I could do where I could sit up and tell you what I did, what didn't work for me, what the people that stood behind me that kept pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing to get me back to some type of version of who I was before I had the child, with taking care of my mental health, with taking care of my physical health. Everything works together. And I want to know what you guys did. What worked for you? I'm really going to presume dishes and laundry did not work for everybody. I understand that how I live is very different. It is a very different upbringing, living with a mentally disabled sibling who has been mentally disabled your entire life. I'm sure it is very difficult for people to probably put themselves in my shoes because it's not normal. So again, what works for you? Drop your suggestions in the comments. Let me know. Before I forget, I think that I have been forgetting to say this. I would like to get to know you guys, the women out there who are going through things that I'm going through. So please subscribe to my channel. If you're a returning user, tell your friends. If you're new and you liked what you heard, please subscribe so we can continue on this journey as I'm raising a newborn in quarantine. Okay, guys, thank you so much, and have a good weekend. Bye.